What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Got a nice little epic match for you guys to check out. There may or may not be an awesome comeback in this duel. This showcases Phantasms at the bottom. We've got Cyber Dragons at the top. I would classify this as a competitive match. I know a lot of people don't think much of Phantasms. I am still very, very high on the deck. In fact, I would play it at the North American WCQ. I feel like it's extremely snowbally. Anytime you can use Heat Wave, you can stop meta decks from even being able to summon pretty much all of their monsters. That's really good. And I think that it is a very good value pick that a lot of people were really not siding for. So I like it a lot as a deck. Then we got Cyber Dragons, obviously very explosive. And even though his hand kind of looks like a brick because he has, it's basically Hand Trap City with the double Ghost Ogre and the Max C. Ghost Ogre is actually one of the most effective cards in the game against Phantasms because it basically can take out Pacifist, and keeping Pacifist on the field is your win condition if you're playing Phantasms. A lot of times, if your opponent doesn't kill Pacifist within the first turn or so that it's on the field, you basically just snowball that into a victory because you get too many resources from that one copy of Pacifist. So let's see exactly what's going to happen. And I don't actually love this Phantasm hand because he has kind of too many monsters in his opening hand, and then he has the card Demise, and I don't think he can really use it effectively. But let's go ahead and see exactly how this is going to play out. So he summons the Werewolf, and he basically just sets his the Phantasm Spiral Power, which is basically the Fiendish Chain, and it's kind of like a Fiendish Chain plus you get 1,000 attack and defense taken away from your opponent's monster at the same time. And since he can use it during the damage step right there, he waits for the Cyber Dragon Nova to attack. Unfortunately, it gets kind of wrecked, but Cyber Dragons are still fighting back, and you see he's able to make a Nova, then he's able to bring back a Cyber Dragon and still make a Cyber Dragon Infinity easily. And I'm like, damn, dude, Cyber Dragon's got them plays like right there. Now he does top deck Pacifist. Unfortunately, Cyber Dragon Infinity is just going to negate it. That does give him the opening to basically use that card of Demise, and he gets a second copy of Pacifist. The problem is he still doesn't actually have a way of dealing with the Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is unfortunate. I believe his back row is a Solemn Strike. Actually, so okay, he did get a way of stopping the Cyber Dragon Infinity as it's going to try and eat up the Gladiator Beast Andal, and that falls. He goes for Overload Fusion, which is okay, but since he's trying to activate an effect, obviously Pacifist tries to kick in, but there's the Ghost Ogre that I was talking about. Ghost Ogre obviously doing work. And if you look at this duel, even though the Max C is kind of largely dead against Phantasms, you would kind of think that this is over, but could he have a Destiny draw up his sleeve? No, he does not. Debated. He activates Heat Wave, which is like the worst top deck ever if you don't have any cards, and he's down to 1,000 life points. Here's where the actual top deck gods give him the glory, and he gets that copy of Card of Demise, and then from the Pacifist, he's able to basically go into Tenki, get another Werewolf on the field, and at this point, this is where you just snowball the game. Well, actually, no, it's not, because his opponent had Electromagnetic Turtle. Wow, I think I debated myself there. Even I kind of forgot about that. But as you can see, when he activates the Cyber Dragon Core effect, he basically is able to go +1. He gets the Phantasm Spiral I think that's Battle, right? Or is that Power? No, that's Battle. Yeah, Battle basically gets rid of the Rampaging Dragon. And once you keep Pacifist on the field for like a full turn, look how many cards it basically turns into. Keep in mind when you have the equips, once you do damage, actually ends up summoning the big Phantasm Spiral Dragons, whether they be from your deck or from your graveyard. So even earlier in the duel, when he had to discard the big dragon out of his hand, it's not really a problem because you can just summon them from the graveyard anyway. So you're seeing Pacifist basically, I think in this duel, when he actually had Pacifist sit on the field and resolve for, I guess, the 3 turns, I think it netted him like 4 or 5 cards. Like, it's actually pretty stupid how many cards you can get out of Pacifist, and this is just kind of how the deck rolls. It's kind of an old school beatdown deck, but it's definitely a deck that is very snowball oriented. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, of course, if you're interested in the deck, it will be in the description below. I like this version specifically because I didn't really know about Card of Demise at first when it came to Phantasms, and I watched, it was actually Sam's video, Team Samurai X, and I saw it in there, and I was like, that actually makes a ton of sense today. It helps you recuperate when you have to take those neg-1s from the Heat Waves, and then if you discard the big dragon, it's like, who cares? You can summon it back from the graveyard. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.